right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to a Let's Debate and Discuss Notre Dame's over-under win total prediction for 2023 that's starting to come out from various outlets. And the number's kind of shocking to me. We got to talk about an edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Please hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps me as well. Notifications on that way you'll be alerted every time a new episode drops. You don't want to miss it. Twitter, search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishandy@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want me. You can locate me. Call-in line. Dial it up. 312-988-15. Tell Johnny all you heard and seen. Fighting Irish Wire every day. Type it in Google. Fighting Irish Wire. Read about Notre Dame. Sweet. Do it. All right. Welcome in. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. As always, there is no program without you, so I appreciate it. Thank you. So I was doing some thinking over the weekend about 2023. What it might look like, what it might bring to us for Notre Dame. And I came across some season previews. And I saw multiple gambling outlets doing like these season previews for some of the bigger teams, top 10, 15 most popular teams, kind of that generate some traffic, right? And multiple of these outlets have Notre Dame's over-under win total starting at 8.5, 8.5. All right. So when I was thinking about this, like a while back before any of these first numbers popped out for that year, for 23, I was kind of thinking in my mind, 9.5 sounds just about right. Make people pick going to that double-digit 10-2 kind of solid year territory, or drop down. I genuinely really did think. I thought 9.5 was going to be just about right. I felt like I could see 9 maybe, but I thought 9.5 was just about right where it should be, considering all the things somebody like me would consider to say that. Notre Dame's schedule, that's obviously a big part in that recipe. Our deficiencies and strengths as a program, as a team, like where I see us rising or falling and how that might play out within that schedule over the course of a few months. I just kind of thought 9.5 was just about fair. 8.5 just seems a little low. And if you end up hitting on that under and Notre Dame goes 8-4, I mean, that's kind of a nightmare. Is it not, as a Notre Dame fan? Like, there is no world at all where this group can go 8-4 next year. Even admitting it's a tough schedule, you still can't do it. I fully admit it's a challenging schedule. 10 times as hard as Kelly's last one when he was here. It's a hard schedule. 8-4? Are you kidding me? 8-4, half the fan base is going to run Freeman out of here, and they're going to run me with them for loving the guy so much and pushing for him to be the head guy as a defense coordinator. 8-4 is a nightmare. No. And on the over, let's just say it's 8.5 and you go over and it lands right on 9. That gets very interesting. Let's say you land on 9. It actually ends up being 9-3. That's very interesting, isn't it? Because you have the 3 standout huge games against very talented squads. Ohio State first, USC in the middle, and then a trip to Death Valley against Clemson. So if you're looking at 9-3, does that mean that you're losing those big 3 and then you're winning all the other 9? Or is there a mix and a blend there where you win 1 or 2 of those big 3, but then you have missteps where you lose games you shouldn't lose, which happened a couple times last year and kind of ruined the year, quite frankly. Those 2 total no-show duds against teams you have no business losing to ruined everything. You know, obviously the quarterback situation and injury and wide receiver, all that plays into it. But I mean, big picture, the tone after last year would have been very different without the dumb Marshall and Stanford losses that were just completely inexplicable and inexcusable in every way, right? And so It's very interesting to me to think how this could play out. So I was thinking more 9.5 is where it'd be, maybe even 9. 8.5 seems a full game low to me. And it just makes me start thinking of these scenarios. 9-3 is so interesting because what does that look like? Number one is Notre Dame fans aren't going to accept that. It's under 10 wins. It's minimal improvement over last year. Like that ain't going to cut it, I don't think, for Notre Dame fans to be content. So it's just really interesting to me. And you know what else? There's positives and negatives. If Notre Dame went 9-3 and lost the big 3 and won all the other 9, there's good and bad parts to that. The good news is it would say to me, all right, this team at least got over losing to teams they should clearly win by and are favored by like 3 scores by. Right? So that would be an indicator of progress because it would mean you're not losing to dumb teams anymore. That would be good since that happened last year. Nobody likes that or has an appetite for that at all. And even Kelly, as much crap as I give him, towards the end, he made a living off ugly, sloppy games that make you want to punch yourself in the face and make you just pull your hair out all afternoon. And then they win by 6. Nobody ever talks about it again after 2 days. And you just keep it moving and it's an ugly win and whatever. Kelly made a living off that the last few years, winning those types of games. So 9-3 that way would at least indicate we got over that hump and we're covering that. However, on the negative side, we're in year 2 of this and we're losing to all the 3 biggest games on the schedule we're losing. At least you managed to win 1 last year with all the problems you had. You won 1 last year. You can't drop back to winning none out of the 3. Are you out of your mind? Freeman's in a tough spot, and it's overlapping with the toughest window of scheduling we've had in a bunch of years. I remember 4 years ago doing this show from my old office, just audio, before I even went live and had all the and doing that. And I remember looking at those schedules saying, Kelly better figure it all out before this window because life gets real. I had this 2-year window circled 3 or 4 years ago about you better get ready because this could get ugly on you fast, Kelly. And here we are, and it's not Kelly. But this stretch is brutal. Nobody cares, dude. You can't lose all 3 to big games. Come on now. I need you to win 2 out of 3 at a minimum. And one of them's got to be USC. I got news for you. So, listen, I get it. Vegas is going to Vegas. They probably figured Notre Dame fans are going to bet this up. Like, whatever. That's fine. But I'm just telling you, I don't care what Vegas thinks or the bettors or the gamblers or anything else. You better go 10-2 or better, or this is going to get rough. It is. So 8.5 is low to me by a game. Do you agree or disagree? And here's the other thing too. And I got to cover this. You all know me by now. That I'm not letting anybody accuse me watching this and then saying, oh yeah, you're a Notre Dame fan. Of course you're thinking on the bright side. Please, nobody go there with me. You know I'm not Mr. Brightside, sunshine and rainbows. I'm the opposite of that show. You all know that. So nobody better say, oh, you only think that because, you want that, dude. I am not that show and not that guy. I usually go the other way. I'm trying to be as genuinely objective with this, looking at what I know of our opponents, the schedule, and who we got. So all that being said, I guess I'm going to close with this. 10-2 or better, cash that Irish cheddar. Have a good one.